little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling.
My name is Janice Dearwester. What if I told you at the age of 70 I made a decision that would change my life forever? Imagine waking up one day and realizing that you have the power to rewrite your story, no matter your age. That's exactly what I did when I made the life-changing decision to move to France and start my journey as an influencer. As a retired teacher, I thought my story was already written, but deep down, I knew there was more I wanted to experience and share with the world. So I took a leap of faith, and I started documenting my journey on YouTube, hoping to inspire others to pursue their passion and to write their own stories. This is the story of how I became an influencer at 70. One fateful afternoon, as I was sipping my warm tea with a book about France in my hands, I found myself utterly transported to a world I had always dreamed of. With each turn of the page, the vivid descriptions of charming villages and grand chateaus painted a picture so enchanting, so different from the life I had known. As I delved deeper into the pages, I felt a stirring in my soul, a longing for something more. The book spoke of a life where beauty and pleasure were not just fleeting moments, but a way of being, where people savored the simple joys of a good meal shared with friends, a leisurely stroll through a sun-dappled park, or a quiet moment of reflection in a centuries-old church. As I turned the final page, a small voice inside me whispered, "Janice, what if this could be your life?" And I knew deep down that I would do whatever it took to make that dream a reality. It was time to write my own story. Naturally, the best place for research and inspiration is cinema. I found myself utterly captivated by two films that seemed to speak directly to my soul, Midnight in Paris and Audrey Hepburn's enchanting Sabrina. These cinematic masterpieces were love letters to the City of Light, showcasing Paris in all its breathtaking beauty and timeless charm. In Midnight in Paris, I was transported to the heart of the city's golden age, the 1920s. What struck me most about Sabrina, however, was the way it portrayed the French art of living. It made me realize that I, too, could create a life that was rich in beauty, creativity, and connection, if only I had the courage to pursue it. As I contemplated my decision to move to France, I realized that it was about so much more than just a change of scenery or a new adventure. It was about embracing a vision of a new beginning, a chance to reimagine my life and my place in the world. I thought about the dreams and passions I had put on hold over the years, the places I had always wanted to see, the experiences I had always wanted to have. And I realized that if I didn't start pursuing those things now, I might never have the chance. I didn't want to look back on my life with a sense of regret, wondering what might have been if I had only been brave enough to take a chance. And so I made a promise to myself I would embrace the vision of a new beginning, even if it meant taking risks and stepping outside of my comfort zone. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Janice, that all sounds like a dream come true, but what about the logistics, the paperwork, the bureaucracy? Believe me, I hear you. When I first started researching what it would take to make my move to France a reality, I felt like I was staring down a labyrinth of forms, requirements, and red tape. But here's the thing. When you've got a dream in your heart, no amount of paperwork can stand in your way. And let me tell you, I was determined to make this happen. To help you navigate this maze with a bit more ease and grace than I did, I've put together a complimentary, comprehensive guide, the ultimate guide to moving abroad. How I started a new life in France in my 70s. I know that moving abroad can be a daunting prospect. That's why I've packed this ebook with over 100 pages of practical advice, insider tips, and inspirational stories to help you navigate the challenges and embrace the opportunities that come with starting a new chapter in your life. I'm so grateful for your support and can't wait to share this ebook with you. To get your copy, just click the link in the description below and follow the simple instructions. This is your sign. It's time for you to write your own story. It was a lot to keep track of, but I found that staying organized was the key. I created a checklist of all the required documents and systematically worked my way through it, double-checking each item as I went. Once I had all my documents in order, the next step was to submit my application and do an interview in person at the nearest VFS office. It was a nerve-wracking experience, but I reminded myself that I had done everything in my power to prepare. A few weeks later, I received an envelope in the mail. I nervously opened my passport and was greeted with the news that my visa had been approved, and I was officially cleared to begin my new life in France. It was a moment of pure joy and relief, knowing that all my hard work had paid off. If you're embarking on your own visa application journey, my advice is to start early, stay organized, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. The process may be complex, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Remember, deciphering visa requirements is just the first step on your journey abroad. With patience, persistence, and a positive attitude, you will be well on your way to making your dream a reality. As I embarked on the task of packing for my move to France, I found myself reflecting on the process of decluttering and letting go. Having already moved twice since selling our family home, I had become accustomed to the idea of parting with possessions. It was a liberating realization, understanding that the things I had accumulated over the years were just that, stuff. In the grand scheme of life, these objects held little significance, and I knew that once I was gone, probably no one would cherish them the way I had. As I sorted through my belongings, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement for the new chapter that awaited me. I carefully selected items that held both practical and sentimental value, ensuring that I would have a little bit of familiarity with me in my new home. My favorite pair of jeans, worn soft with age and memories, found their place in my suitcase. I lovingly folded my cherished white silk blouse, imagining myself wearing it as I strolled along the charming streets of Fontainebleau. As I closed the final suitcase, I felt a mix of emotions. There was a bittersweet sense of farewell, knowing that I was closing the door on one chapter of my life. Yet there was also an undeniable excitement and anticipation for the adventures that awaited me in France. The day of check-in, I printed out my boarding pass, holding it gently in my hands. I traced my finger over the words Paris, Charles de Gaulle, marveling at the way they looked in black and white. This was really happening. I was leaving behind the familiar comforts of Georgia. I had taken the first tangible step towards my new life, and there was no turning back now. As I stepped off the train from the airport into the bustling heart of Paris, I found myself enchanted by the vibrant energy of the station. As I navigated through the crowded platform, my suitcase in hand, I couldn't suppress the smile that spread across my face. This was the beginning of my own Parisian fairy tale, a story of self-discovery, romance, and the pursuit of dreams in the city of light. As many of you may know who have been around my channel for a little while, I started my YouTube channel when I made my decision to move to France. Well, recently it was starting to feel stagnant and almost gave up on my channel altogether. I knew I needed to elevate my content to truly capture the magic and essence of my experiences, but I lacked the expertise to bring my vision to life. This is where my story drastically changed. As I stepped into the enchanting studio of Lux Operandi, I felt as though I had been transported to another era. Nestled in the heart of Versailles, France, their atelier is a true testament to the magic of storytelling and the art of luxury branding. The studio, once home to designers who worked for the court of Louis XIV, exudes an air of elegance and art that is simply unmatched. The founder, Hadassah, is an old friend of mine. She possesses a rare talent for creating a story combining history, artistry, innovation, and her genius cultural perspectives to create brand identities that are truly one of a kind. As we sat together in her studio, surrounded by the warmth of the wood floors and the luminous glow of the floor-to-ceiling windows, I knew I had found a true collaborator and kindred spirit. Together, we embarked on a journey to create a brand identity that would capture the essence of my story and the unique value I bring to the world. As we delved deeper into the world of color palettes and design elements, I felt a sense of excitement and possibility that I had never experienced before. Together, we explored color palettes that evoked the warmth and elegance of the French countryside. Rich earth tones that speak to my love of nature and my desire for authenticity in all things. We consider typography and graphic elements that feel both timeless and fresh, a nod to the enduring beauty of the past and the infinite possibilities of the future. As Hadassah shows me her hand-drawn illustration of the Chateau de Fontainebleau, I'm struck by the love and care she's poured into every detail. The way she's integrated my name, Janice Dearwester, into the architecture itself feels like a powerful statement, a reminder that my identity is deeply intertwined with the history, beauty, and culture of this place I now call home. Lux Operandi approaches to branding is truly beautiful, blending the time-honored techniques of luxury strategy with a fresh, innovative, humanistic perspective that is perfectly suited to the digital age. Under her guidance, my brand has flourished in ways I never could have imagined. Her expertise in creative consultancy, art direction, brand strategy, social media strategy, and brand identity has allowed me to connect with my audience on a profound level, creating a community of loyal followers who are inspired by my story and my vision. Hadassah shares with me the wallpaper she's chosen for my home, where I film my YouTube videos. The pattern, inspired by the charming 18th century Comont farmhouse in Gascony, features delightful illustrations of fig trees, roaming chickens, and lush hydrangeas. The design transports me to a world of simple pleasures where the beauty of nature and the warmth of human connection reign supreme. It's the perfect backdrop for my videos and a constant reminder of the authenticity and charm that I want to infuse into every aspect of my life and the experience I create for you. Looking at the elements of my brand identity laid out before me, I feel a deep sense of connection and purpose. Each color, each line, each pattern tells a story of resilience, creativity, and the power of embracing one's true self. And as we refine and polish each detail, I can't help but feel a sense of excitement for the future and the impact this brand will have on the lives of the women I hope to inspire. In this moment, I realize that a brand is so much more than a logo or a color scheme. It's a reflection of the heart and soul behind it, a manifestation of the values, experiences, and aspirations that define us as individuals and as a community. And as Hadassah and I continue to collaborate to pour our passion and creativity into this project, I know that we're not just creating a brand identity, we're crafting a legacy, one that will endure long after we're gone, inspiring generations of women to live boldly, love deeply, and always stay true to themselves. Nestled in the heart of Paris lies Café Carrette, a quintessential Parisian cafe that has stolen my heart. With its classic French decor, lively terraces, and irresistible hot chocolate, this charming spot epitomizes the essence of the city's cafe culture. As I continued to explore the city, I found myself drawn to the peaceful garden of Place des Vosges, surrounded by beautiful architecture and lush greenery. Strolling around the square, I am filled with gratitude for the journey that has led me here, and I am excited for the chapters yet to be written, not just in my own story, but in the stories of the many women who will be inspired to embrace their own unique paths. Of all the neighborhoods I explored in Paris, Le Marais quickly became my favorite, with its winding cobblestone streets, hidden courtyards, and vibrant creative energy. It felt like the perfect embodiment of the city's charm and character. As I wandered through the narrow streets, popping into artisanal shops and trendy boutiques, I couldn't help but feel a sense of belonging. It was as if the city was embracing me, welcoming me into its heart. I felt like Mary Tyler Moore. And with each new discovery, I was learning to embrace the unknown, to trust in the journey, and to open myself up to all the possibilities that life had to offer. As a lifelong learner and history enthusiast, I was thrilled to discover the Musée Carnavalet, a museum dedicated to the fascinating past of Paris. All of the artisanal signs you see around me are original, and some of them hundreds of years old. It was a reminder that every city, like every person, has a unique story to tell. And as I continue to uncover the layers of Paris's history, I felt a deeper connection to the city and its people. Of course, no Parisian experience would be complete without a little shopping, and I found my perfect match in Cézanne, a chic, sustainable French clothing brand. As I browsed the carefully curated collection, I couldn't help but feel a sense of joy and confidence. Exploring Paris has taught me the power of embracing change, chasing dreams, and writing my own unique story. I hope to inspire you to take that leap of faith, pursue your passions, and create a life filled with joy and purpose. Because it's never too late to start a new chapter. The world is waiting, and your story is yours to write.
And there you have it, the incredible story of how I became an influencer at 70 by embracing change, pursuing my passion, and rewriting my own narrative. But this is just the beginning, and I want you to become part of my next chapter. As you've seen throughout this video, I have poured my heart and soul into creating a brand that truly reflects my story and value in collaboration with a talented team at Lux Operandi. Their website link is in the description below. I also invite you to visit my new website, JaniceDearWester.com, where you can immerse yourself in the world of Janice in France and discover more about my mission to inspire women of all ages to write their own unique stories. But that's not all. As a special gift to my loyal viewers, don't forget that I have created a limited edition ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Moving Abroad, How I Started a New Life in France in my 70s. This ebook is packed with practical advice, personal anecdotes, and inspirational messages to help you take that leap of faith and start your own incredible journey. And with only 350 copies being released, you're not going to want to miss your chance to get your hand on this exclusive resource. So what are you waiting for? Click that link in the description and visit my website. Explore the beautiful branding that reflects my story and claim your copy of the limited edition ebook before they're gone. And if you're ready to join me on this incredible journey of self-discovery, transformation, and inspiration, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification. Together, we will write the next chapter of this amazing story, one video at a time. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it is never too late to rewrite your story and become the influencer of your own life. Until next time, remember, I love you. Au revoir.